Tim of the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. I thought today we would take a look at the free agent market. Now, I know the Giants are not going to be spending any money, according to Dave Gettleman, that they are not going to be pushing forward with any additional free agents at this point in time because he is saving that money for more of in-season moves for the 2020 season. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Do I think he's lying? Do I think he is going to make some moves? Well, there are still some moves that could be made. I mean, we still have Marcus Golden sitting out there. So it's interesting to see. I mean, like I said, we did use that the tag on him that no one ever uses. So, there's still an opportunity for him to come back. And we do have an estimated cap space of $16.3 million. So, are there some small ancillary moves that Gettleman can make that would make sense for the team and still allow him and afford him to have that money that he wants to have during the season? And I think there are a couple players right now in the free agent market, and we're only going to dive into a couple of them that could potentially come into positions of need to help the New York Giants. Now, the first player that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head is Cameron Wake. Yes, I know Cameron is 479 years old. He's been around since 2005. He actually joined the Giants in April of 2005, but was released in June of that year and went on to sign with the BC Lions of the Canadian Football League. And he's had quite a career with, exactly hit the century mark in sacks with exactly 100.5, so 100 sacks, 100 and a half sacks, I should say that. And again, like I said, he is 479,000 years old, and he did only play 9 games last year in Tennessee, where he only had a combined 4 tackles and 2.5 sacks. Of course, he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his opening day performance against the Cleveland Browns, where he had 2.5 sacks, putting him in the 100-sack club. And actually, one of the sacks resulted in a safety, and it was a Titan 43-13 win. So, and after that, in November, he was placed on the injured reserve. But he is a guy that, yes, is 778 years old, but he is a professional edge. He is a professional pass rusher. I am looking at him and just designating him as being the pass rusher. I mean, that's all I want him to do. I want him to come in on third downs and obvious passing downs and rush the passer. That's it. Nothing crazy. And like I said, I think that he can. I think we could bring him in probably at the league minimum for veterans. Veteran league minimum. I know he signed when he signed with Tennessee, he signed a 3-year, $23 million deal. I don't think he's going to get anywhere close to that. But if he does want to continue his playing career, I think the Giants would be an interesting opportunity because, like I said, we are still in need of an edge. I mean, that is not it's not something. It's not something that we don't know. It's not something the rest of the league doesn't know. We really do need an edge. And I would like to see if we're going to have these young guys playing. If we do bring back Golden or not, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Marcus. He would be a great mentor for people like O'Shane Ximines. So, and then if we want to stick with the pass rushing theme, many people have mentioned this before, so I'm not going to take much credit in it. It's Clay Matthews. Now, Clay Matthews, he is not as old as Cameron Wake. I mean, he's not, 4,370 years old like Cameron, but Clay is 34 years old. He's coming off a so-so season with the Rams where they thought they were going to have some, a big opportunity for the Rams itself. And I do find it funny that one of his best games last year was in the Week 3 against the Browns. Again, we sacked Baker Mayfield twice for a 2013 win. He actually suffered a broken jaw and underwent surgery in that season as well. So like I said, he still played 13 games, had 8 sacks, coming in mainly from his linebacker position. But like I said, I think if we can rotate him around again as a player, that could either be on the edge or it could be coming from the natural outside pass rushing position. I think he's got enough left in the tank for a season or two that, again, he can come in and help with someone maybe like Lorenzo Carter. Teach him a couple things, learn him up a little bit. And I think that would be an interesting move because, again, he, like Cameron Wake, he is a professional. He is a guy that's been in the league for a long time. He knows what it takes to win. He knows how to play well at times. He did have, like I said, he did have a down year. He's had a couple down years in a row since 2015. 2015's only had 6 sacks, 5 sacks, 7 sacks, 3.5 sacks, and 8 sacks. So, like I said, again, I think someone we can get on the cheap, bring him in at the veteran minimum, and he could potentially help our young guys not only by mentoring them, but literally, just like I said, opening up some pass rushing lanes, because you still have a name like Cameron Wake and Clay Matthews III. You're gonna maybe draw some double teams, which is gonna open up some opportunities, even maybe open up some opportunities for our old favorite lost friend in BJ Hill. And another guy that I was thinking about, as I was thinking about the offense, and like I said, I'm not 100% sold on the line. And I know Cam Fleming is going to be a versatile backup, but I feel like we need, we still have Spencer Pulley and Nick Gates, and we have the battle for the center position. So I want to bring someone in again that is a professional player. Someone that may have had issues, but you know what? At 6'6", 345 pounds, and at only 30 years old, Cordy Glenn. Yeah, Mr. Glenn came into the league with Buffalo back in 2018 as a second-round pick, 41st overall, at the University of Georgia. And, he played left tackle. He's played guard. He's played many different positions. In 2016, he agreed to a 5-year, $65 million extension with the Bills. In 17, he was kind of hurt plagued with a knee injury. Or it was a foot and an ankle injury. And only played in 6 games before he was placed on the injured reserve. And then in 2018, he was traded from the Bills for the 21st pick overall and a 5th-round pick to the Bengals. And then in exchange, the Bengals sent over a 12th pick and the 6th-round pick. So, he was named the starting left tackle of the Bengals. He started 13 games. Then he missed 3 with injury. And then kind of last year, the Bengals drafted Williams in the first round, and they moved Glenn over to left guard. But then he moved them back to left tackle after Williams suffered a season-ending injury. And then, like I said, he was suspended in Week 7 by the Bengals for disciplinary reasons, related to his concussion, which he had in Week 2. He was activated from suspension list on October 21st, and then he was released in March of this year. He is a guy that has played 97 games in the NFL, and he started 95. He is a run blocker. He is a road paver. If anyone remembers going back some years on 2012, C.J. Spillner had a career-high 169 yards against the Jets. And he was one of the key reasons why he had such a big day. I actually remember that game. That's why I bring that game up. I mean, he also, if you go back to 13, he didn't give up a quarterback sack. in most of the season in 2013. Now, again, that's 7 years ago, but he's still a more than serviceable player with versatility in playing both the guard and tackle position. And like I said, he is someone that we can bring in now, and he could either be a backup, a fill-in starter, and I would have more of a comfort level with him than I would with Cam Fleming. And again, I think he's someone that we could bring in on the cheap because, like I said, he's coming off with injuries, coming off suspension, so he may be looking for a prove-it deal. So that he is another guy I was thinking about. And the last one is, I am still dreading our receiving core right now because anything can happen at any point in time. So I was thinking that Tyler Gabriel is still out there. Now, Tyler is only 29 years old. He actually came into the league as an undrafted free agent. over in 2014. He's had some good seasons. He's had some good. I mean, like I'm just trying to think here. He's had some good seasons with the Browns and the Falcons. He played okay for the Bears last year. He only played 9 games, started 7, but he still had 29 catches for 353 yards, 12.2 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's also been known to carry the ball a little bit. And he was released by the Bears in February to create salary cap. Now he's a guy with some concussion problems, and he's not a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy at all. He is only 5'7", 168 pounds. But I'm looking to add some type of depth to the receiving core behind Tate, Shepard, and of course Darius. I know he brought in 4,692 undrafted free agent wide receivers, but I want someone that's been in the league. I want someone that is a professional. And like I said, you know what they say, you're not a professional until you get your first game check. Then you're a professional in the NFL. So this guy has had a career where, like I said, he's had one really good season, which is only 2 years removed when he was with Cleveland. He's played 16 games, started 11, 67 catches, 688 yards. And like I said, he had a couple okay seasons. He had one okay season in Cleveland. We had over 600 yards, 17.3, and that was his rookie season. And again, he did okay in Atlanta, where he had over 1,000 yards in 2 seasons and 7 touchdowns. So he's not going to set the world on fire, but he's a good 4th option. He'll be good in the slot. And again, he's someone that has a professional resume and pedigree who can come in and compete for a position. And also, these are guys that we can bring in on deals that are going to have no implications. They're not going to have any. I can't even speak today. They're not going to sit there and have issues with the salary cap, because they can bring them in on 1-year deals. And they can make sure that they're not giving them any bonuses. And if you do that, then we don't have to pay. We don't have to pay them if we release them at the end of the training camp, and it doesn't go against the cap. So I really can't even think today. I can't even speak today, but that's okay. But again, these are just a couple people that I'm thinking of that would be a good opportunity to bring in on the low, bring in on salary cap friendly deals, bring in league veteran minimums. And make sure we don't give them any bonus. Make sure it's all, maybe we just give them to them all in salary. And then, like I said, if we cut them, there'll be no salary issues in reference to the salary cap, because they won't have any negative impact on the salary cap itself. So, again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. If I could talk today, that would be great. Now, if you could just ring the bell, do all that fun, I can't even speak today, guys. Wow. It has been a long day. But again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. If you could if you could subscribe, if you could ring the bell, I think you know what that all would mean. That would really help me out. I appreciate it. Thank you, because that would be awesome.